Well, here's Brownie and her babies. We had a fire last night. You know, you think it'll never happen to you. Well, you know what? It did. And all of the bottom of these tarps in here were just melted. We lost one of the little goats. So now she's down to two because the first little boy didn't make it anyway. He was really weak when he was born. So we have a boy and a girl left here. Both of them are fine, and so is Mom. Thank God this place is big enough in here that they could get to the other side of it. But I put all new tarps up today, and I cleaned the ground, even though you can tell it's charred under there. But I got a bunch of more straw here for tonight, and we're just going to make sure that they have enough straw. I put little blankets on them out of some polar fleece that I had, since it's going to be about 23. Actually, tonight it's going to be 20. So they're out of the wind. They have straw. They're fine. Mom's fine. She was a little stressed earlier, but she's fine. We tended to her, and she's not hurt at all, and neither are they. So they sure did miss their mommy, though. I had to bring them in the house until I could get everything set up so they could be warm again, because I cannot put them in with the older goats. And got all her food here. Got her hay and her food and her molasses water. I always put about a little bit less than a quarter cup of molasses and about 3 gallons of water for her, and she likes that. But she got herself a drink and a little bit of food after they ate drank off of her when I first got her back in here with them. And now she's letting them feed again. So that's good. It's been a whirlwind of a morning. I started working on all this about 4:30 and just got done at 7:30. I busted my butt and went to town and sat in the parking lot at Walmart so I could get some more tarps and some zip ties to get the tarps back up for the babies so everything can be warm and they're out of the wind, because this property is windy right here. It has a big field on the other side of it. So it's been a day. But as you can see, the girl's in the little nest back there, and the boy's out here. He wants to eat all the time. The boys are like that, it seems like. The girl will get in there and she gets her belly full, and then the boy comes back for more over and over and over. So, which is fine. But anyway, it's not going to be very warm today. I think 35 is the high. So I'm going to go get a solar light to put in here so she's got more light, more daylight. I got the silver tarps so that it would be lighter in here, and I got the one heavy duty tarp that was blue for the side that the wind hits. So that'll help a little bit with that. But they're doing good. Everybody's happy. Everybody's healthy and happy, except for their little brother. But life's lessons, you know, I guess. And that will never happen again, so it's sad. I already named him too. That kind of breaks my heart, but at least these two are okay, and Brownie's okay. So she had him up to the edge on the bottom around the pen so they could get fresh air. She's a really good mama. I was proud of her. She did a good job. All right. One's eating and Mom's shoving the other one back there, trying to get it cleaned up and so it'll start to eat too. I got all the straw in here, I got the tarps up all the way around. This side's totally closed off except a little bit in the corner. And I got her some hay, some sweet feed, some molasses in her water, and a bunch of extra straw in here for tonight. So, and I will close off the door and this part this afternoon before the evening comes. Anyway, here's all the burn. Everything's fried, even in there. I had to rake everything out this morning and put it all back. Came to work early and went by Walmart. This is the light bulb. We had a bucket of water there for Brownie, but the light bulb was expanded. Like it had blown up huge, like a balloon. And it was still hooked where it was supposed to be and all that good stuff. I don't know really what happened. It even worked after I went to unplug it. It lit up again, but it was as big as a balloon, so I don't know. And I brought it out here, I set it in that bucket and it broke. But anyway, there's the light. So, that lessons learned, people. So, I'm gonna go inside and make me a cup of coffee and get warmed up, and maybe I'll have ears left on me because they're cold, and so are my hands. But at least these guys are okay now, and everybody's happy and back together. I wanted to do it as fast as I could, get everything back together, back to normal as fast as I could, because I didn't want Brownie stressing too much. And she seems to be okay, so she seems to be happy. And now the little girl's wanting more food. And they're both eating just fine. They're hungry little boogers. Been away from Mama for about 3 hours, so they're pretty hungry. 3 or 4 hours, actually. So, all is well. Brownie doesn't look like she was hurt too much or nothing, so I think everything's good. She's like, give me some more milk, Mama. Oh. But anyway, they're good. All is well. The Lord looks after us, so we were very blessed. Even though we lost one, we still have 2 left, and Brownie's good, so everything's back to normal here at Dairyayres. So you guys take care. Many blessings to you. I just wanted to say, this fire has been very traumatizing for me, knowing that I'm responsible for the animals and their welfare. You know, this falls on me. So, like I said, I never have any intention on ever using a heat lamp again in any way. But, you know, as I sat in the parking lot this morning, waiting for Walmart to open so I could get tarps, you know, I got online and tried to find any store that was open before that, and nothing was. So I had to sit there and wait till 6 o'clock, and they actually opened the door at 5 till 6, thank goodness. But, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, you know, this is my fault. I thought when I put it in there even to myself, you know, should I do this? Because what if something would happen, you know? I should have right then took it out, you know? I was just so worried about the babies being cold because it's so cold at night. And like tonight, I said, you know, it's going to get 20 degrees. Well, you know, for newborn babies, you know, I know they're animals and they have fur and all that, but still, when you're warm in your mama's belly and then you come out into this 20 degrees, you know, that's not good. So I try to do what I could do to make it better for him. But, you know, I guess I have to learn my limitations, you know, load them up with the straw and the bedding and pray that it works and make sure they have a good, safe place out of the wind. But still, you know, it falls on me and it's hard for me to swallow. And Brownie, too, has been traumatized. She didn't really want to go back in that kennel. And she was excited to see her babies, you know. She heard them when I came down the stairs. She heard them and looked straight up at me. She didn't go in the whole time. She stayed in the paddock with the paddock for the other goats, but she never went into the building to stay warm. She stayed out there that whole time I was working, trying to get everything put back together. So she was very concerned about what was happening and where the babies were. So as soon as I could possibly get everything together as fast as I could go, which was in the dark. I'm doing all this in the dark, by the way, with a headlamp on my hat, which my mother-in-law got me for Christmas, thank God. But, you know, there's ways the Lord always takes care of you, and, you know, I guess that was one of them, too, those little blessings you get that you don't realize is a blessing. You know, a funny little hat with a cat on it with a light. I would have never thought I was going to have to use that and rely on it, but thank God it was there because that's what got me through and got the job done quick. And I got Brownie back in there, and I put her babies in there first, and then I went and got her, and she was eager to go in, but you could tell she was apprehensive, and she didn't really want to go in the kennel again, but she wanted to be with her babies. And she got in there and she checked them really fast, and then she turned around and she looked at me, and she looked at the kennel again and came kind of towards the door like, don't leave me in here, you know. And I'm like, it'll be okay. And I stayed out there with her for probably another hour, just so that she knew it would be okay. And I've been checking on her. I've been out there several times checking on her and letting her know it's okay, you know. I'm watching things, but it's hard on everybody. And I guess the only thing I can say is just don't do it. Just don't put that heat lamp in there. It's, you know, you're compromising way too much. It's just not worth it. Well, I wouldn't normally put this on here. I don't like to share everything in my life, but if I could spare somebody going through this, for sure, you know, just take my word. Try to figure out some other way rather than using a heat lamp, because it ain't worth it. It's just not. I wish you guys the best. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.